What's going on, gamers? So in this video, I found you got this guy right here. Oh, man, his video blew up. The ROG LIX, to him, he thinks is a cash grab and scam. He's tried all handhelds, and I think he's fed up with Microsoft and he's going to let them have it. So this is not a video of me bashing anything, but we're going to see what he has to say. As you see right here, he has this aspect right here, you're getting ripped off, and it's a cash grab. But then he says it's a scam later on in the video, and he gives his analysis on why it is compared to his other handheld experiences. So I want you guys to see this for yourself and let me know what you think about it. We're just keeping this series going because, yeah, I gotta get some type of content up here. All right, let's go.
Xbox Ally X will soon be released, and I just want you to know that if you buy one, you're getting ripped off, and then some. I'm okay with expensive, shiny new toys, but I'm not okay when companies reuse and recycle the exact same components multiple years in a row and then still charge a premium for it. The official price tag will most likely be $1,000 before tax in the US, and probably like 1,100 euros or something like that. No.
No.
I expected a really high price, because 2025, right? What I did not expect, however, is the sheer number of people who think that this is the next best thing since sliced bread in a completely new and novel way to game. It is not. It is iterative at best, it is overpriced, and honestly, I don't think anyone should actually buy it. And
Damn, he's coming right at Microsoft instantly. Damn. But I respect that realness. You know, just I'm watching the same thing you're watching. And like I said, if you're into it and you have it, enjoy the video. You know what I mean? We're keeping the show going over here.
Because of some really shady marketing practices employed by Microsoft, and they knew what they were doing, a lot of people, even to this day, months after this thing was announced, think that this is a portable Xbox. It is not a portable Xbox. It is a handheld PC that runs Windows and SteamOS eventually. Nothing else. It is essentially a laptop in a different form factor. Nothing.
There's something wrong with that. Yeah, that's the way I say it. It's a PC device, but who cares? Like, this is what I said too, because this thing, I still can't believe that people are just being ridiculous on that subject. I said this, I said, whether it is or it isn't, will that change your experience with the device if you're going to get it? And if you're not going to get it and you're arguing about it, what's the point if you're not going to get it? Because it doesn't matter. But what do you need it for? That's more important than what you think it is. I can sit here and call it another name and go on a rant and make a code out of it. But hey, at the end of the day, what is my use for it and do I enjoy it?
Else. It does not play Xbox games. I keep seeing these comments and it pisses me off because I can see this will happen. 1 billion people will buy the Xbox Ally X. They will spend a small fortune on it and then go home and go,
where are all of my Xbox games?
This is not an Xbox.
No, just like my laptop's not an Xbox, but is it a collaboration with Asus? Yeah. They teamed up. So it's kind of like Microsoft's Edition. That they collaborated with. And what's the big deal about that? I don't see the big deal. And if I ask somebody a question, they tell me either it is a gaming console or is it a PC device. Asus is PC. It's not an argument. It's what it is. It's a PC device. They created it. It's not Microsoft's blueprint. They canceled theirs, but that's Asus's product, and then they came together to do a collaboration, and they're integrating the FSE into it and making it better, less bloating it. I don't see a problem with doing that. I just have a problem with the price. But other than that, I don't get the aspect of this is an Xbox and just making it a big deal. A lot of people over argue about nonsense, but at the end of the day, whether it is or not, and we know what it is, does that really change your experience? No. No. Why is this such a big deal? That's what I tell people. It has to be seen that way. It's a question that should be answered. Think about it. Comments open.
I also saw people go, oh, finally I can bring my Game Pass games with me while I travel.
Okay.
What? We've had that for years, for literal years. What? And all of this means one very specific thing, that the Xbox Ally X and the weaker, shittier version has had the biggest reach out of any handheld PC so far because of Microsoft, because of bigger budgets, because of bigger teams, everything. A lot of people who are not techies, who are not into this kind of thing, into these devices, they're seeing this form factor for the first time. And whatever is presented to them, they take at face value. And that's a problem, because a lot of people will essentially get scammed. The Xbox Ally X, which is $1,000 before tax, is literally an Ally X that we've had for over a year now, which can now be bought for less than 650 euros on eBay, on the second-hand market, or even less. Open box, Best Buy, what have you. The exact same controls, the exact same cooling solution, which to be fair is fantastic. The exact same display, which is now 2.5 years old or something, and is by no means impressive. It's good enough, but you know, come on, man. It's 3 years old, and it wasn't mind-blowing back.
So that's the thing. The PC community didn't give a shit about it, really. None of them, really. The only thing they got their sub-support was the Steam Deck through Steam. And that was the base they built with that, to extend their library as an extensive component to their existing library if they wanted to have an on-the-go Nintendo-like option. When it comes to this, it's completely different because if nobody already wanted that before, and you're making it more expensive, and Microsoft is coming with the X logo on it, it's literally for their crowd. That's where the market for that is at, for the people who want to get into it. They want to pay 600 entry or the better deal at $1,000, though I don't agree with that either. I believe it should have been 800 and the other one should have been 500. Hell, 449 maybe, but no, 500 would have been nice. But it's not though. So if people don't really care about that, I mean, that's their freedom of choice. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily have to get on the, this is, you know, let's beat it down or whatever. And that's not what I'm doing. I'm basically attacking, you guys know the price, so I don't have to repeat that. But yeah, basically this is a very niche market here, much smaller than the Steam Deck will be in totality. So it's catered to that.
Back when it was first released, but now it's kind of starting to show its age. If you can get it for cheap, it's amazing, but it's not worth $1,000 or euros. The only...
No, it's diehard enthusiasts that want to get that. And people who probably want to get an updated model, like I said, mostly people in the Xbox world, because the people on PC who want to spend that much, they're not going to do that. They're going to go for something else. Just by 90-some% of the market. That's going to be NVIDIA stuff, which dominates mostly PC. And whatever AMD is left over. But not even 1% of the PC market has that. You know what I mean? That's how, like, niche it is.
Unique, I guess, selling point of the Xbox Allies was the full screen experience version of Windows, right? You know what it is. A lot of people went crazy about this.
It's like, oh my god, it's gonna come closer to like SteamOS and my Switch and blah, blah.
Dude, come on. When was the last time that Microsoft, the Windows team, made anything good? Please tell me, I'll wait. It's been a lifetime. And a lot of people were really hyped. And then a lot of, you know, trusted sources tested it in, I think, Germany and Cologne, and they were like, it's a good first step in the right direction. But it's not, it's still kind of janky, and Sleep and Resume still hasn't been fixed and most likely will not be fixed. One of the biggest problems of Windows-based handheld PCs still hasn't been fixed.
Interesting.
But it's cool. And you know how I know? Because you can run it on oh, my light died. Now it's really dramatic. I know because you can get it right now on any handheld PC. Look at this. Look, you can have this if you're willing to tinker for 5 minutes. And it's pretty good. It's not sensational, but it is pretty good, right? But like, if you can get this on a 350 euro used Z1 Extreme ROG Ally,
My god, these acronyms and words.
if you can get this right now for cheap, then why would you get the Z2 Extreme expensive Xbox ROG Ally X? What are you getting, man? Nothing. Now, if you've never owned a handheld PC,
I know there's going to be some people that are going to want to challenge that will not agree with that, depending on if you think that 10 to 15% with the, like you said, the TDP, you know, if it's going to give you that, do you think that's worth the difference? And will you see much of a difference, like a couple frames or something?
and you want this to be your first one, and you buy it, you're gonna spend a fortune on it. And you're most likely gonna be blown away. Not because this specific device is mind-blowing, but because it's your first device of this kind. And you don't have a reference point, you don't have a benchmark for what these devices can do, and you will be amazed, right? But if you're not that person, if you've owned any of these devices, I honestly think that you're gonna just waste money. And like, please don't do it. Please. To all of these companies, we're not human beings. We are numbers on an Excel spreadsheet. We are a source of revenue and by proxy profit, and nothing else. And they don't care about you, about me, our problems, our money, our budgets. They don't give a damn. And they shouldn't. They're businesses. They're
Profit.
for-profit companies. That makes sense. But then the responsibility is on you and on me and on everyone to be knowledgeable, to do our research, and to doubt each and every single thing all of these companies say, because they lie.
This guy's awesome. I like him because he's keeping it real and he's going off in his own way. Maybe not super fiery, but in a way. I just gotta respect it because you could tell he's kind of fed up in some ways as well. He's keeping it real, and of course they lie.
All of them lie. Whenever they can. Always. They lie. They will ship unfinished, buggy games. They don't give a damn because they know that hundreds of people will buy them and play them.
True, and Pitchfork was trying to hype up the Switch too, and then all of a sudden saying it's gonna be fine. We almost got it running at 30, and it'll be out, and it was a lie. You know what I mean? Then you have this massive delay incoming. It's like, come on, dude. You know. But yeah, he's lying.
People will complain, but what do they care? They got the money. They don't care. They will blame you, they will blame me, they will blame us if we don't have a 5090 to play their games. They're unoptimized, buggy, messy piece of shit games. They're gonna blame us. And if we do have a 5090 and the game has a memory leak as it does, well, you know, you can restart it. That's a fix. Sorry, but thank you for your money. If you've been watching this whole thing, me rambling, we're basically friends, so thank
ESP.
you. I, personally, moi, will not be spending more than 500 euros on a handheld PC any longer. Because the more you spend, the quicker you reach the point of diminishing returns performance-wise. If you can get the Legion Go S, the Z1E version, for 500, maybe 6, that's amazing. That's an amazing deal. Spending more than that much on a handheld PC right now just doesn't make sense to me. You get 80% of the premium experience for like 2 or even 3 times less money? I mean, come on. You don't have the newest or shiniest thing. You will suffer from FOMO. But you've saved a ton of money and your games will run basically identically. I would spend a lot more money on a Strix Halo device because that kind of jump in performance is worth paying a premium for. But everything else, just like, why would you, like, no, it doesn't make sense. I've seen posts like, I want to buy an Xbox Ally X and play GTA 6. Oh, I want to play Borderlands 4 on the Xbox Ally X. Should I? No, you should not. And the people are not to blame. They're spending $1,000. They expect $1,000 worth of performance, but what they're getting is essentially $350 worth of performance, but better sculpted grips.
Whoa. We're gonna have to see if that's true, yo. We're gonna have to challenge. That's crazy. Damn. But I know what he means. If you're spending $1,000, what type of performance would you be getting?
The easiest thing for me to do as a YouTuber, which I don't identify as,
Please don't insult me.
is to say that this is an amazing device and so much better than all of the things that came before it. It is not. Because if I lied to you, I would get a ton of money through affiliate links, and I would also potentially get a review unit at your expense. I don't want to do that. You should know this is a bad deal, a really bad deal, really bad deal. If this wasn't too boring for you, I would really appreciate a like. You can also call me fat. You can call my mother a demon. That will help with the algorithm. And yeah, I will go and play some Silksong.
All right, bro. Thanks for the review. So, guys, let me know what you think about what this guy said. I know this is going to be a double-edged sword, but he was just being real. But honestly, I know that there's room open to criticize from the Xbox community. You guys let me know what you think. We got to keep the show going with the ROG Ally because this seems to be the thing to talk about right now in the LIX, along with whatever else could pop up. Salt farming has been very empty. I know you guys see that. But we're going to keep the Xbox content going. And sometimes it can be a little bit rough, but don't worry. It's not changing your gaming experience. Peace out, y'all, and enjoy it if you get it down the line. Later.